All right, let's see if this is a complete disaster. Hello and welcome back to my channel where we are doing something very different today because I'm in the kitchen. I have done a grand total of 2 baking videos on my channel, I'm pretty sure. One was way back, like old school YouTube, back when I used to watch a bunch of baking fail sort of videos and funny skits and things having to do with baking fails and cooking fails. And the other one, when I moved to France, I decided to make French patisserie, because, you know, that's what you do when you can't bake. Today, we are not going to be doing something quite that ambitious, but I did think it would be fun to bake something for you today for many, many reasons. This is something I've thought about doing for a long time. I miss these silly sorts of videos. I miss being silly on the internet and on my channel. And also, we are moving, and I am leaving this beautiful kitchen that seems like it was just set up to film in, so I cannot leave this apartment without filming something in this kitchen. I've posted about this already on Instagram, so you might know, but in case you don't, this is the first time I'm officially saying it on YouTube. We are going to be moving from Montreal in Canada to the Netherlands. So we are moving back to Europe. We are leaving North America, which is very much bittersweet. We really wanted to stay longer in Montreal, to be honest, but opportunity called and we are moving to the Netherlands. I'm definitely equal parts excited for the new things that are coming and also very sad to be leaving behind what we're leaving behind. The timing is not necessarily what we would have preferred, but we are going with it because sometimes life just does that to you. What I'm really sad about though is we are going to be leaving before I have seen the 4th and final season of Montreal, my very favorite season, fall. So as you can see from this ensemble today, including my necklace, which is both fall themed and Canada themed. Today's recipe is very autumn inspired. We are going to be baking chai cookies. The Swifties among you will probably know that this is a recipe that circulated, well, I think originally 10 years ago. I think it was 2014 actually, so exactly 10 years ago. But I've never actually tried baking them, which makes even less sense when you consider that I absolutely love chai spice in general. I've had traditional chai, I've had chai lattes. I have chai lattes a lot actually. So this is very much a recipe that is perfect for me in so many ways. So we're going to attempt it today, and I very much hope that it's not a disaster. Let's preheat the oven first. Okay, this says you need a mixer. I don't have a mixer, so I'm just gonna be using a whisk. I hope that doesn't cause problems later. Let's get a bowl. Let's get you off of here. Hello. I'm trying my best to avoid cats on the counter. I've cleaned it and everything, but we'll see what happens. Whisk, butter. It says you need a neutral oil. I don't have a neutral oil, so we're gonna be using extra virgin olive oil. So first we need to beat the butter in a large bowl. This is also vegan butter, so I don't know if that's going to affect the cookies. My cookies always turn out flat regardless, so I don't think using vegan butter is going to mess up anything. I've gotten this recipe from Joy the Baker. She is the one who originally inspired the Taylor Swift recipe, and I might make a tiny adjustment to the recipe later. We will see how confident I'm feeling. It says it needs to be room temperature. I was not prepared. I should have set that out a lot earlier. If you've seen my original like baking fail video, if you're brave enough to wade through my old YouTube videos, you can watch it, but it is painful. The butter was where I went wrong right from the beginning. I did not give it enough time to soften. So I'm gonna really try to avoid making that same mistake. Have I grown at all in 10 years? I don't know. I am not very good in the kitchen. However, I have improved so much in so many ways, including with cooking, which is not even something that I enjoy usually. There is occasionally a recipe that I will actually enjoy making, but for the most part, I cook by necessity. I do bake though, sometimes, just for fun. Only really easy recipes though, like usually stuff that you can just put in a muffin tin. I'm going to chop up the butter a little bit. It says that I need to use a paddle attachment. Now, Google could help me greatly with figuring out what a paddle attachment is. I don't think it's a whisk. The one thing about moving around a lot is that you definitely do not really like have a lot of random things in your kitchen or, you know, anywhere in your house that are not absolute necessities, things that you use a lot. I'm honestly lucky that I have a whisk. I'm gonna go ahead and try adding the vegetable oil, well, olive oil in my case, ½ cup. I do use grams and weight for baking as well as cups and tablespoons, but this recipe happens to be in cups and tablespoons and it does tend to be kind of my default. This smells so olivey. But I'm trying really hard not to buy a bunch of stuff right before we move, like we're moving soon. And even the smallest bottle of vegetable oil, I don't know if I could use that before we leave. So we're making do. It's gonna be kind of olivey. This is how it's looking. Also, what are the odds that I slop something on this shirt at one point? There it was. The original like Taylor Swift handwritten recipe that she adapted from a different Joy the Baker recipe was to pour the contents of a chai tea bag. I know you're not supposed to say chai tea, but you know what I mean, a chai tea bag, into the recipe. Joy the Baker does not recommend you do that. She recommends you put the chai spices in. However, I don't have a chai spice blend. I do have pumpkin pie spice, which has a lot of the same spices, but not exactly. So what I think I'm gonna do is put a little bit of pumpkin pie spice and also the contents of a chai bag. We're gonna just try it. I don't know. Where's my powdered sugar? Damn it. Okay, we're gonna do something ungraceful. You saw nothing. I have these Twinings packets of Ultra Spice Chai. Let's see what happens if I open this up. I've just spilled half the bag. I did clean this counter very well, so. All right, so I have the contents of the tea bag. I will show you. I could probably go with like a teaspoon of pumpkin spice as well, maybe? I think I might add a teaspoon of cinnamon too. One of the reasons that I really wanted to do another video like this is because I kind of miss just being silly on the internet and on my channel. Like, I used to make silly videos all the time. It was a different era of YouTube, and you know, I'm in a different era of my life. Everything's an era now, by the way, guys. I mean, we are making Taylor Swift chai cookies, so I think I'm allowed to overuse that term. But yeah, I know it was a different time and all of that, but I really miss it. And I think I've just gotten like very self-conscious about my videos on YouTube and what I'm doing in my videos, and I don't know why I worry sometimes about coming off silly. I don't know why, because that's exactly why I started my channel. I used to love it. So I thought today it would be fun to do something kind of silly. Hopefully they turn out, because I really would love some amazing, tasty chai cookies to eat this evening, but if they don't, then we have a funny video, I hope. I actually do have a couple of eggs. Normally my husband and I don't buy eggs. We are fully vegetarian, have been for years and years, but we are not 100% vegan. I saw this technique, well, not really technique, but this thing from TikTok, of course, except I think I saw it on Reels. They told you that you should drop the egg and it cracks like more evenly and it's less likely to get shell in your bowl. I don't know if it's actually true. I've been doing it and usually it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's pretty much the same fail rate as my tapping technique, but we're gonna do it. There it is. This one was just messy. Maybe I did it from too high. I mean, no shell though. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now we have the rest of the dry ingredients. All right, 2 cups. I have a 4th teaspoon, so I'm gonna do 3 1/4, the only kind of math that English majors can still do. This is getting really clumpy. All right, I'm gonna hold on to this. Using muscles, I've been going to the gym. I think this is normal for cookies. Oh, it said to use a wooden spoon. That explains why the whisk is not exactly the best choice. Now it says to refrigerate the dough for 1 hour or freeze for 15 minutes. We are going to be going for the freezing option because I am impatient. That is one thing that has not changed over the years. In the freezer, as you can see, to just add to the fancy level, I not only have the original packaging, but also an IKEA clip to keep it sealed. We have very high standards here in my kitchen. It's weird to think I've been doing this for 11 years. I opened my channel, the channel that I started posting on, in January of 2013. It's just wild to think that I've been making videos for so long and I still love to make videos, even though I've had some like ups and downs, especially during the pandemic, like 2020 and the years that followed. Honestly, I had some very weird like creative slumps and I definitely felt like I didn't have that much content to make. I started second guessing everything that I was doing and I would film stuff and then just not post it. Let's check out my dough. This is definitely gonna be uneven. I almost made it to 15 minutes. We made it to 14. All right, we're going to do a heaping tablespoon. It smells lovely, maybe a little bit olive oily, but does smell pretty good. I literally just read I'm supposed to be rolling each of these in a bowl of cinnamon sugar. This is why you read the instructions first. I have these tiny itty bitty little IKEA spoons. I remember when I first moved to the UK, I had like one of these little teaspoons for the first time and I thought it was so cute and funny and quirky. This is the kind of spoon that I grew up using. So this is like itty bitty little teaspoon and this is like a normal, I would think, tablespoon. Cinnamon sugar has been prepared. Let's try these cookies one more time as they slowly melt. I think this is what I'm supposed to do. This smells so good. That one's gonna be really big. This is why I don't eyeball things. It says to bake for 12 to 14 minutes for larger cookies and 8 to 10 for smaller. Because I don't really know what I've done here, I'm gonna go with 10. One mistake I always make when I bake or even cook anything is to overcook it, and I burn stuff like on a regular basis. So we're gonna go a little low to start with, and we're gonna see how that works. That was a little bit better. This is about how much we have left. I'm pretty sure this is over half. I feel like these are getting like slightly bigger with each one. I don't know if it's, again, the impatience. Let's take a look here. They're definitely melting a little bit. That dude over there in the corner, I don't know if you can see, that guy, he's gonna be huge and melty. Hi, Bingley. You've been so good. You haven't been all over the counter. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud. What? Oh, they're actually rising a little bit. They're actually gonna get a little bit fluffy, except maybe this guy over there again, this guy in the corner. What? What? I'm not gonna pick you up. I'm wearing dark red. You better not come on my baking counter. I have told the people how well I cleaned. No. Let's see. Okay, they are definitely not done. I'm not sure, should they be like browning, or am I just gonna over bake them? I also don't want them to be underdone because I tend to like cookies with a little bit of crisp if I can get them, just at least around the edges. I'm gonna do 1 more minute, and then that's gonna be a total of 14 minutes still, and I really don't want to overdo them. All right, so this is batch 1. I mean, they definitely did flatten. I probably should have made them a little smaller. I think this one I can't really fix, but for the last little batch, I'm gonna try and make them a little bit smaller. This big-ish is kind of what we're going for, I think. All right, pretty sure this is like 2 cookies worth left. This one's just gonna be like a little baby cookie. We do still need to make the glaze. A 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, so I'm just gonna use a bit of pumpkin pie spice. And then 3 tablespoons of whole milk or eggnog. I have neither. I have either soy milk or cashew milk. I think soy milk is probably the better option. Oh no, I don't have enough powdered sugar. I only have like a cup of powdered sugar. And we whisk. It's looking good. Look who came to check on the baking. Does it smell good? Not for you. You can't have chai spice cookies. Welcome back. It is just a few minutes later. All the cookies are now baked, and I'm going to add the glaze in this ridiculously large bowl because in fact I did not need this massive mixing bowl. Also, the very last batch turned out to be the right size, and now my original batches look comically huge. These are the last like half batch, and then these are the gigantor original batches. Now for the glaze. The glaze kind of went like running off. I mean, definitely not the prettiest glaze patterns, but looks delicious. Smells delicious. I'm assuming that the glaze is gonna firm up just a tiny bit, but I'm just gonna go ahead and sample one for you, even if it makes a gigantic mess. I'm gonna go with the little baby cookie, this little mini guy. That is so good. It could be way spicier though. I really like spice stuff, so maybe it's just me, but I really could have gone way more heavy-handed on the spice. It's a very crispy cookie too, which I'm very happy about. I probably could have even baked it a little bit less. Once again, I almost burnt it. I'm so glad I pulled them out when I did, even though I was really tempted to leave them longer. If I left them longer, they would have burnt. This is definitely a recipe I'm gonna be making again, like for sure. I'm gonna link it down in the description box below to the one that I used. Let me know too, if you're a Swiftie, what is your favorite Taylor Swift album? My OG favorite has to be Red. That one I actually physically remember getting in the car, driving to Target, and buying that CD the day it came out. I'm also a really big Folklore and Evermore girl. Basically all of my albums are her fall albums, or anything that can be like loosely related to fall. I'm embracing the stereotype at this point. So yeah, there is my farewell to Montreal celebration in fall style and sort of Swiftie style as well. And the next time you see me, unless I record more videos, which I very well might, but very soon you will see me in the Netherlands. We are going to be back On the other side of the pond, I'm very excited. I'm also equal parts sad to be leaving North America, but life is an adventure, you know? Let me know in the comments down below if you have tried this recipe or other sort of fall themed recipes that maybe I would enjoy. Anything with pumpkin is usually a slam dunk with me, so let me know. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this in the future as well. It wasn't a total fail. I'm really proud of myself for not completely ruining this recipe, even though there were mistakes made, but I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for subscribing, whether you've been here since that original baking fail video or you joined at one point around the second baking video, or in all of the years in between, because it has been a long time since I have attempted a video like this. But I don't know, maybe I will do it again because this one wasn't too bad, so surely I can't make it worse. Cheers! That's so good!